So let's get to it. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Sully, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Sorry, we're a little behind schedule. We ran long with Pete Lancetta, but hey, we started talking football. We can't stop.
That's understandable. Obviously, one of the biggest stories of the past week is Pete, a guy synonymous with Hamilton football, one of the best coaches in South Jersey, getting the job at St. Augustine, now one of the top programs at South Jersey. So a kind of interesting match there between Pete and the Hermits.
Were you surprised? Did you have any idea of who they might be going after?
Well, you heard some, rumors of people that they were going after and things like that. And are we surprised that Pete is at St. Augustine? Yeah, I mean, it's a surprise only because Pete, was so synonymous with Hamilton football. It's kind of hard to imagine him coaching another high school team almost, even though he had spent the last 2 years at Rowan. But as I wrote in the story this week that you can still find online, and in talking to him, he did sound like a guy who missed kind of being in charge of a program, who missed high school football on Friday nights. And as I'm sure he explained to you, it was perfect timing for him. He just turned 55. He can retire as a Hamilton high school teacher, go to work at St. Augustine and coach the football team there. So it's kind of, you don't know how these things are going to work out, but it was uncanny timing for both Pete and the Hermits. And obviously, after after Mark Reardon stepped down and Charlie Roman, one of the top coaches in South Jersey, went back to Holy Spirit, kind of people were wondering what was going to become of the St. Augustine football program. Well, with the hire of Pete Lancetta, nobody's wondering anymore.
Yeah, I was talking to some of the St. Augustine prep people over the last 2 weeks or so, and they were kind of saying, hey, we need to really get it right with this hire, just because Reardon had done such a great job in building up that program. When you build up that kind of program here in South Jersey, you want to really bring somebody in that can keep it going, and I think they did a great job in getting Pete on board.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 42-9 the past 4 years. I mean, Mark Reardon did a tremendous job there, sort of taking St. Augustine to another level. And I'm certain that there was uncertainty among the players, who was going to come in, who was going to be the new coach. Are we going to be able to stay at that level? And Pete Lancetta, 215 wins, 4 South Jersey titles in 26 seasons, teams famed for their toughness and discipline. I mean, he checks every box. So I'm sure that there were a lot of people nervous at St. Augustine the past 2 weeks, and I'm sure they feel pretty good this Saturday morning.
Mike, let's talk some high school baseball. Obviously, we're into the semifinals in most of these public school groups. Anything jump out at you so far? I mean, Egg Harbor Township's been on a roll. Lacey's been on a nice roll. I know you're up there covering their game against Mainland. And so we're starting to get down to the nitty-gritty here as we get into the semifinals.
Yeah, from a Cape Atlantic League perspective, I think a couple things jump out. First of all, Egg Harbor Township, kind of in the South Jersey Group 4 semifinals for the second straight season. That's a tremendous achievement. I think, it's an EHT program that has kind of flown under the radar a little bit. If you say to people around South Jersey, give me the team that's been in the South Jersey Group 4 semifinals the past 2 seasons, I don't think many of them would give you EHT. So that's a tremendous achievement by them. And they host a Southern Regional team that's kind of been on its own, is in the midst of its best season in school history with pitchers Pat Barrett and Nick Simone. They go out and beat Vineland in extra innings out of Cumberland County Community College, and then they turn around and beat Jackson Memorial yesterday. So now on Tuesday, you've got Southern Regional, who's having the best season in school history. I mean, no one even connected with that program can even remember the last time they won a playoff game. I know they haven't qualified for the playoffs in the past 8 years, but here they are in a South Jersey Group 4 semifinal against an Egg Harbor Township team that's really having a breakout tournament, and a guy in Jordan Sweeney, the sophomore, who he has these Bugs Bunny games where he does like the old Bugs Bunny cartoon. He does everything. He pitches, he hits, he fields. I mean, he's really emerging as one of the better players we've had in the past couple of years here in the Cape Atlantic League. So those teams will meet in the South Jersey Group 4 semifinal. And you mentioned Group 3. I was up at Lacey yesterday. I was looking for the Dave Sully memorial jersey hung in the dugout. They must have forgotten it.
That's messed up, man. I thought it'd be like plastered on the center field wall out there.
Yeah, it must have been an oversight or something. But you've got a Lacey team that beat Mainland 3-1. And, in talking to their coach, Corey Hammond, after the game, he said it was kind of a typical Lacey game. I mean, they played that small ball, got a big 2-out hit from Justin Thompson. And they're built for the postseason with Don Zellman threw a complete game yesterday. They've got Anthony Elefante, also one of the top pitchers in the Shore Conference in South Jersey, and they'll travel to Highland for a big South Jersey Group 3 semifinal on Tuesday. So a pair of interesting games right there.
And that's a nice win for Lacey because Mainland, as you know, is one of those teams that knows how to win in the postseason, particularly in the last couple of years. So that's a real solid win for Lacey to eliminate a team that's used to playing for championships.
Yeah, Mainland played well. I mean, Nick Catoy threw a good game. I mean, like I said, Lacey just a pair of 2-out hits. Justin Thompson got that one hit, put him up 2-1. Then Lacey got another 2-out hit in the bottom of the sixth to make it 3-1. And Lacey, much like Southern, senior-dominated team. I think Southern has 12 or 13 seniors. Lacey has 11 seniors. Southern's having its best season in school history. Lacey's having its best season in school history, and now both teams are in South Jersey semifinals.
Yeah, I remember watching last year when Mainland eliminated Lacey. I was thinking this team's about a year away. You could kind of see they had the pieces, but maybe they didn't have the playoff experience to make it past that one round, and here they come back and having a great season this year.
Yeah, and as I wrote in the story today, it's in the paper and online at PrestonBayC.com. Just, Lacey is used to playing in low-scoring games. It seems like, I think in 2014 they played in something like 11 or 12 one-run games or something like that. A lot of these kids were part of the program then. And they've got excellent pitching again in Zellman and Alfonte, and they don't panic when the score is 2-1 in the sixth inning or 3-1 in the seventh inning. They're used to playing in those type of games, and so they're kind of, in a way, built for, postseason baseball.
Talking with Mike McGarry, Press of Atlantic City. Mike, what do you make of this Cumberland County College team off to the World Series? And, they got some names we recognize, Rios from Buna, Tovine Potts from Vineland. Really put it together this year like never before.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give Coach Keith Gorman out there a tremendous amount of credit. He went out there 4 or 5 years ago after coaching at Holy Spirit and has really turned that into one of the top, junior college programs in the country. Cody Stashek, the Oak Crest graduate, now in the Minnesota Twins farm system, went from Cumberland County to St. John's. He was one of his first recruiting classes there, and it's really just a credit to Keith Gorman and his ability to build a program there, but it's also a credit to the type of talent that is around here baseball-wise, where you're seeing, he's doing it with a lot of local guys, a lot of South Jersey guys, and that's good to see. And I was out there this past week for, because of the bad weather, Vineland moved their playoff game with Southern Regional to Cumberland County Community College, Dynamite Field and facility out there alongside Route 55 out there in Cumberland County. And that's really one of the rising programs in junior college baseball, and it's a great job by the Dukes.
Mike, talk a little bit about track here. We got a couple of minutes. Sectionals continue today. One's at Egg Harbor Township, another at Delsea Regional. What's on your radar for these sectionals? Obviously, these kids are all trying to qualify for the groups, so top 6 advance in each event. Anything stand out from the Friday night action at either one of these sites for you?
Well, yeah. I mean, after I get off the phone with you here, I'm about to jump in the car and head out to Delsea Regional for the Group 2, 3, and non-public B meet out there. Of course, 1, 4, and A is at Egg Harbor Township. Over at Egg Harbor Township, you got Egg Harbor Township kind of, as we knew, battling Rancocas Valley for the Group 4 championship. Rancocas Valley with a short lead today as they enter in the second day of competition. But look for those Egg Harbor Township runners, Alex DeSoy, Aiden, Eric Barnes, Aiden Henricks, to kind of get it done in the 800 there, and Amir Brock in the 200 and the 4x4 relay there. So Egg Harbor Township with a lot to look forward to today. And over at Delsea, I'll be looking, Alyssa Aldridge of Mainland Regional won the 1600 last night. She'll come back today, I'm sure, try to win the 3200. And you got a couple of sprinters to watch in Bo Melton of Cedar Creek, Ilana Kolick of Alma in the 200-meter dash. Both won the 100s last night. And you've got Charles Fields of Wildwood Catholic, won the 100 last night in non-public B. Quietly has become one of the top track and field athletes in the Cape Atlantic League. We mostly think of Charles for basketball down there at Wildwood Catholic. But he's getting it done on the track too in the spring, and won a South Jersey title last night, and I'm sure will contend for several others this morning.
Talking with Mike McGarry from the Press of Atlantic City. Mike, we had Emily McNeil, center fielder for Egg Harbor Township softball, on earlier in the show. What do you make of that team? 44 of the last 45 they've won.
Well, not only 44 of the last 45, but it's how they won it. Another extra inning win yesterday. We all remember their great playoff run last year where they were winning games in extra innings, and they kind of did it again yesterday, beating Washington Township in 8 innings, 3-2. Now they've got Rancocas Valley for a South Jersey final on Tuesday. I'm sure Egg Harbor Township will be packed to watch them play. I can't, you talk about 44 or 45, that's a great record of success, so it's hard to think of a team that's had more success than that. It's also hard to think of a team that's had more thrilling victories than the Eagles have had during this stretch. So they'll try to win their second straight South Jersey Group 4 title on Tuesday, and the whole softball scene kind of has my head spinning because you've got 4 Press of Atlantic City teams in every round. You got Pinelands playing Seneca in Group 3. You've got Cedar Creek making an unexpected run to the Group 2 final, and Buena Regional and Coach Pam Pickett in the Group 1 final. So it's going to be a busy softball day around the area, and really great for the area to see. Again, showing that, kind of the rise in softball and baseball talent around here. 4 local press area teams playing for South Jersey titles, and Wildwood Catholic still alive in non-public B. So the softball season isn't going anywhere right now.
Yeah, it's funny. Tuesday, I think we're all kind of scrambling around trying to find stringers and writers and photographers. I mean, there's so many games going on.
Yeah, we could have to clone ourselves or do something. It's a great day. Like you said, you've got the baseball game. We haven't even talked about Holy Spirit and St. Joe playing for the 3rd time in the non-public B baseball quarterfinals, with the winner probably getting a matchup with Gloucester Catholic, the top seed. So it's a big day when you haven't gotten to one of the best rivalries in Cape Atlantic League baseball. That's kind of down on the priority list, but there'll be a lot of great stuff on Tuesday, and really a great time of year for spring athletes.
Can we call some of these ADs and get some of these times switched around so we can cover all the games?
I wish. Space them out a little bit.
Let's get a 1 o'clock, a 3:30, a 5, a 7. Let's get.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It would be nice and make life a lot easier. But that's the fun part of this year, is kind of scrambling to sort of get the stuff done and get in stuff in paper and online, and really celebrate the tremendous achievements of these athletes, because it's really been a banner spring season so far for the Cape Atlantic League in softball, baseball, and track and field, as well as lacrosse.
Good stuff as always, Mike. We appreciate you taking a few minutes, and enjoy the drive down to Delsey.
I will, Sully. You better be on your game, because I'll be listening for the next hour, so finish strong.
All right, we got Minnick and Tribble coming up, so we'll
all right.
we got the A team in the second hour.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye-bye.
That was Mike McGarry, Press of Atlantic City.